Not working? I don't think this is gonna. Hi guys, Murray Diaka here, hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in today. Today we're going to be chatting about ornamental trees. If you're looking at adding some colour or a feature to your outdoor space, we're here to chat about it, which is great. Ornamental trees are great for your garden. There's different type of ornamental trees depending on your situation in your garden. So obviously you've got your weeping ornamental trees like your weeping cherries, your weeping apricots. They create like a really good focal point for your garden. You've got structural trees, so things like your ornamental pears or your upright maples. They're more of a column type shape, great for boundary line planting and things like that. Lastly, obviously, you've got your flowering ornamentals. So things like crab apples, flowering cherries, things like this obviously just add a real pop to your garden. Care for ornamental trees. So most ornamental trees are pretty hardy, but look, you've got to be aware of the time of year it is. So obviously during the warmer months, they do require more water, but in winter, obviously they're dormant, so they do not require a lot of water. Sunlight for ornamental trees, straight off the bat, most ornamental trees do prefer some sun. Probably up to 6 hours a day usually is what you would need for most ornamental trees. But again, it's good to research and understand the type of tree you're after before you plant it. Soil is really important for ornamental trees. Most ornamental trees do require well-drained soil. You really don't want water to be hanging around or sitting around your tree. A good way to kind of stop that from happening is when you're planting your tree, build up your soil like a bit of a mound, and that will help with drainage. A rule of thumb, most ornamental trees do need well-drained soil. Obviously, fertilizing and composting is equally as important, especially after they're finished flowering. A good way to know the type of soil that you've got at home, I call it the squeeze test. So obviously go outside, get a good handful of soil around the canopy of the tree and squeeze it. Now, once you squeeze it, if it's really wet and soppy, you know that water is sitting, yeah? Obviously, vice versa, if you get your soil and you grip it in your hand and it kind of flakes away, it's dry, so it may need some composting. So ornamentals and composting. Like I said before, most ornamental trees like well-drained soil. And obviously, as the tree continues to grow, it's really sucking up all the goodness in that ground. So it's really important to put back everything that tree has taken out of the ground. So what do you use? So things like cow manure, sheep manure is fantastic. Mushroom compost for sandy soil is another really good one. And fertilizer. So a complete fertilizer is really, really good for ornamental trees also. Really important, understanding the area that you're about to plant your tree in. So obviously, if you've got a small area, you don't want to be planting a whopping tree in there. So really understanding your area is what's going to really make the decision of the tree that you're going to be planting in there. So for example, if you're out on acreage and you're trying to plant a row of something to kind of help slow down the wind coming through your paddocks, you want to be planting something like a beautiful Canadian maple or something like that. Vice versa, if you're in a normal residential area where you've got a smaller block and you really just want to create a pop of colour or flower, things like crab apples are magnificent. To recap on everything that we said, ornamental trees are a magnificent specimen for every garden. There's a wide range of ornamental trees from weepers to structural, and really understand where you're going to be planting your tree. Understand that soil plays a big part, how much you water, and how you compost is equally as important as well. Look guys, I hope you got a lot out of this video. Thank you very much for your time. It's great to see you all again. Yeah, till next time, ciao ciao, and remember to like, share and subscribe.